Right, welcome back. It's the Change Your Life 2012 show. I'm sorry this morning if we caused a bit of tears, but I think that sometimes we need to face the past to be able to solve the future. And I must thank this morning the Teddy family for coming, because I don't know how they actually managed to face up to the tragedy that they have already experienced. This morning I have with me Mr. Teddy. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am.
And I have Tosin's sister, who is also here, Damilola. Good morning, Damilola. And Tosin's friend, who was also a survivor of the attack, Christiana Adeni. Christiana, good morning. As I said, I thank you for coming this morning, sir. Thank you very much. Let me start with you, Christiana. I mean, there's a part of that story that I think is very important going forward. Because I read the story, and as I was reading it, I said to myself, I cannot believe, because you were also attacked. They were going to kill you too. But you were rescued by some Northerners there too. Because in telling the stories, oftentimes, we forget that there are both parts of the story. Just like human beings can be very bad, human beings can also be very good. In the middle of that madness, while some people were doing the wrong thing, there were some other people trying to do the right thing. And the police kept trying to defend the people until the police ran out of ammunition and tear gas, and they couldn't stop the violence anymore. Christina, what about Tosin do you miss the most?
I miss the way he encouraged me. I miss his kind attitude. I miss his friendliness. I miss everything about him, because they were living as one big family. We encouraged each other. When there was nothing, even despite the fact that that place was kind of too boring for us, but we just had to like manage and live as a big family. Even not minding where our fellow coppers were serving, we just had to like hope that okay, all in the name of we came to save our father's land. I miss everything about Tosin. It's just so painful to be.
What will make it better for you, Christina? What Damilola, you too? Because I don't want to even go into, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't think it's fair. But what would make it better? I know that some compensation, and I'll talk to your dad about that, had been done with the family. What would make it better for you, Christina?
Like, after the crisis happened, the federal government made a promise to compensate the families of the deceased and their siblings, the direct siblings, with automatic employment. And for the injured coppers too, the federal government promised to compensate us with automatic employment on completion of our youth service. And right now we've been through with NYC. Since then we've not heard anything about the compensation. And with the economy of Nigeria, we're just there looking for a job here and there. And I would appreciate if the federal government could just fulfill their promise. At least that would console us. And to the families of the deceased, they could just fulfill their promise to compensate the unemployed siblings and we the injured coppers, because what went through was just too painful. It was a horrible experience. It was a very traumatic one.
All right, Christina. Christina, a job will at least help. If you can at least get a job and get on with your life.
Yes.
Mr. Teddy, Tedus, did you get, and I'm so sorry, sir. I'm very sorry. But I think that it's important to tell the truth so that we can all know where we need to go. Okay. Did you get some form of compensation? I know there's no way to compensate a parent for a child that you have trained, that was your first son. Did you get any compensation? And is there more? And what will help you? What will help you feel better about this somehow?
I thank God. Actually, all the people that are involved in this crisis were compensated by the federal government. Good luck, Jonathan Ebele, with sum of 5 million naira during that time. And as this lady have just said, the President promised us that all immediate brother or sister to the late coppers, he will give mention that statement, automatic employment. But since then, nothing whatsoever was done. When we went to Abuja, we have an interview with one of the NYC staff at the headquarters. We were even told that the letter they wrote to the president, the letter that the president signed, it cannot be found. Said they are still tracing it up and down.
So they haven't given the jobs to the immediate siblings of the victims.
Yes.
You also said something during that interview that I think is very important. You said if only they can punish the perpetrators.
Yeah, actually I said it. Because if such thing happen in a situation like this, President said that he will make an inquiry and he select some group during that time and give some maximum date that they should submit their report. When we had the report, we are told that the riots was caused by those politician people. Because the riot started, immediately they announced Good Jonathan as a winner. And before my son before they killed my son, because all those boys, they didn't understand Hausa language. Before the day this death happened, all the well that all those boys they are drawing to fetch water, to bath, to do everything. All those Hausa people, they are going there to lock with padlock.
Okay. So now, you just want a report on the inquiry to know exactly what happened. Because, you know, the thing at the end of the day that we must remember, Mr. Tedu, is, as Christiana said here, in that same madness on that day, there were people, she wouldn't be alive today if some people didn't rescue her, who were also Northerners, who were also some Christian Northerners, some Muslim Northerners, some Igbo Northerners, some Yoruba Northerners, because we are all Nigerians. What you want is justice.
Yes, yes. Excuse me. This lady is among of those who fall in victim. But they say those police officer rescued this our children. They said he have a radio for 4 hours to come and rescue that this riot is beyond their control. Nobody respond. And when the president, when we had the result of those people that caused the riot, now they said they arrest some people, but nothing whatsoever was done. Okay. If say they show an example, okay, all those Boko Haram will not come out because they did it intentionally.
Because I can see how you feel as a parent. I am a parent. I will feel the same pain. You are hoping for justice, and you are saying that if we don't start to identify the people who actually do some of these things, we will have more violence.
They must find out the politicians that caused the rioters.
Okay.
That is where the problem of Nigeria is now.
Okay. All right. Mr. Tedu, thank you very much.
Thank you,
Damilola, I'm so sorry for your loss. And I know you are a student in the university too. You have other siblings who are also students in the university too.
Yes.
We're going to take a break. When we come back from the break, I'm going to talk with at least the leader of Lagos State. You know, maybe he will be able to explain to us better how some of these things, you know, can be curtailed in the future going forward. Because not just you, everybody in Nigeria is concerned about what is going on, including the politicians, including the leaders. We'll take a break.
It all started out as a burden and a desire to assist those in dire need. It began 10 years ago as an intervention project to help, regardless of class, gender, ethnicity, religion, age, or creed. For 10 years, we have intervened in lives, in education, health, and business. Now, with 98 beneficiaries of our educational scholarship scheme, orphans and wards of single parents.
Her husband was electrocuted in 2001 and she was sick and jobless and abandoned. There was no way she could have taken care of the children if we hadn't intervened.
Under the medical assistance scheme, we have aided indigent children, youth and parents dealing with ailments like cancer and other terminal diseases. Our business intervention scheme has reached out to lives, changing people, giving back hope and a desire to live. All this with tireless support of the Lagos State Government. We are motivated by the tears and the pain we see on the faces of vibrant, talented, determined, but disadvantaged individuals. Our end goal is to ensure that another gifted and endowed individual is not lost or wasted. So we are determined to change a life.